Micah, what is it about Washington? You seem to have some big games against those guys.
I don't know, just the strategy, coaching. That was them. He kind of mastered schemed some things up, but half got some things schemed up. So, but just understand who you're playing against. Understand they're just an explosive team, starting with that quarterback, and it just means a lot more. You got to get to him. You know what I mean?
What is the key to slowing down and containing Jaden Daniels?
Oh man, it's hard. He's just one of them guys that no matter what you could just try to contain the whole time. You could power him. He can go through the A and B gaps, get outside of you. It's hard, you know what I mean? I just think you just got to limit the explosives, make them earn it, and that's what we got to do on defense. Make them earn every first down, every big-time catch, hit them after they catch, every read option, hit him, hit the running back. Everyone got to get hit every play, and just let them know, it's just got to go out there and play hard.
What sticks out about your time with Dan Quinn? What did he kind of mean to your
Dan's my guy. Even going through the process over the years, he's always reached out, just checking on me as a person. Never really cared about football, always telling me how much his wife missed me and, and how he hopes to see me in Hawaii one day. And, that's just my guy. He knows that's father figure, uncle, however you want to put it. That's my guy, and, we're going to go forever. We're in this for the long run, and, maybe our journeys might cross again one day.
Hafley said last week that he's got a bunch of drawings for you saved up in his closet for when you're ramped up. Has he started to maybe pull a couple of those out?
Yeah,
in the last couple
he
of days?
threw some in last week, threw some in this week. Obviously, we won't get into everything because situational football, just where we're out in the field, things like that. But, I think, this might be a game where some might come out and things like that.
I know you've done it throughout your career, but what do you like about rushing from the edge one play or if it's a tackle another play, kind of lining up and down the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, it's dope. It gives me an opportunity to go against each guy, making every guy earn their right to be on that field, So I just like it because you can try to take advantage of who you guys think is their best player and their worst player. Best on best is always good, and it's always good for the fans because y'all like to see the King Kong, Godzilla matchups, and those is great, But at the end, sometimes you like to see the pups too, see if they can come off the porch. We want to attack them and get ways to create, ways to win and get after the quarterback.
A lot of these quarterbacks that beat you with your legs, you obviously want to contain rush. Or more of an immobile passer, you want to really get them on the spot, make them uncomfortable, get sacks. You have to kind of pick and choose with the Jaden Daniels on what the best way is to rush him.
Well, I guess that depends on what type of players you got. We got horse engines now, I don't see nobody outrunning me from the edge and stuff, and I played him a bunch. I mean, he knows it's different. It's different. You know what I mean? He's used to them 6'5", 260 DNs. This thing 245, 250. You know what I mean? That engine's a little bit different than them 80s. So, for me, I don't think it's just pick and choose. I just gotta make sure I get vertical if I'm going to take the inside move. And make sure that, he don't run me to our pinpoint. We're going to give up some 5-yard ones or some, he's going to get loose once or twice, but the thing is to make sure it's not consecutive.
What are the challenges of this kind of quick turnaround, especially when you're going through the physical stuff you're going through?
Yeah, it's just all about just trusting the trainers. Just trusting the trainers, doing your rehab, doing everything you possibly can do to make sure you're ready, massages, needles, cupping, anything you can imagine, just making sure you're staying on it to make sure your body feels its best, even during a short week.
We've heard about your football IQ. Are you kind of almost relishing this challenge of learning this so quickly, this system here, and in a short week?
Yeah, that's the cool stuff. I think when you love something, you're passionate to learn about it. You're oh my God, what else can you throw at me? What else can we do from this formation? If we're showing this pressure, what does it look like from the other pressures? How can we utilize this guy for this scenario? So, you get to play with the pieces on the board. It's like a new game for me, and I always embrace that. I think that's fun, it's challenging, it's unique. Because every team is different. So you're how do we match up on this? Or will you be good on this? Should I run this game and you take my spot? Give up this rush so I can have success later. And that's what the team is about.
After not playing for so long, how did you feel just physically coming out of that?
I just felt a little sore, but that's normal. That's normal. I don't think I felt anything that was oh man, I shouldn't be playing. But obviously soreness, tiredness, you're gonna feel that. But we should be ready for Thursday.
So do you think
a similar type workload this week, and then maybe take a break and ramp it up after the?
Yeah, I probably won't know until tomorrow. You know.
I just saw Coach today saying you can run all the gassers you can and be in the best shape, but it's not till the fourth quarter of week one that you know
Yeah,
how much
100%.
football shape you're in. But fourth quarter is when you got your sack, right?
Yeah.
So,
You know, I just think about it. It's just mind over matter. You know, I was tired as ever, but you know, at the end of the day, like you just got to want it a little bit more than that next guy, and I think that's just what it's about. And it's the determination, it's the will, it's the grunt. You know, the push while you're tired. Because I told them, you know, the other day when they were telling me about the snap count, I was like, man, we can run gassers, we can be in practice, and you give me these plays, we can run to the ball. But I was like, at the end of the day, like, you got to let me push through some things. You got to let me, like, you know, get tired and get wore out there so that way I can become better and get better from it. And, you know, that's when it was like, okay, your reps can go up. Like, you got to really, like, sometimes you got to fight for your own right to play, you know, even though they bring you in.
I want to talk about gassers. Nothing like having a chase down second in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
How much was that mind over matter? Were you feeling fatigue on that?
Of course, helping. I was tired of everything. And you celebrating with the team. I mean, it's everything. Everything. The chips is wearing you down too. Like, a bunch goes into it, but everything. Every play is mind over matter. Like, it's a mental. You have to put your mind to run to the ball. You know, I'm talking to the guys. I'm like, bro, y'all showed a glimpse of what it's like if we run to the ball every time. It don't matter who misses the tackle. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone's running to the ball. That's mind over matter. Even when you're tired, we're going to be such a good football team because you can't give up explosive plays. Like, that means so much. So, like, we're all tired. But, like, if everyone's tired but we're still doing it, that, you know, just seeing that, if you're watching that film, even as a player and even, like, as opposing coach, you're probably like, what we don't want to play against this, like, and you don't see that everywhere. You know, I mean, we could turn on some other teams' film, and you won't see a consistently 8 to 9 guys, helmets, you know, to the ball. You just don't see that. So, this is a really good group, and now it's just all about sustaining that, being consistent with it.
Is that something that you saw in Dallas, or is that new to being here in Green Bay?
No, yeah, I mean, the standard's the standard wherever I go. I think I saw that in Dallas. I saw that, you know, here. So. The standard's the standard. I think, you know, you look at that film, I mean, there's a play like 3 years ago where we ended up winning the game because we ran to the ball, got a stop, and then they fumbled on the goal line, you know. So it's just always about, you know, giving more. And I think Dan Quinn put that in those guys was in that Dan Quinn system when he was there my rookie year and just so forth. Like, it's just about the players in the room. You got to want it more.
Hey, Mike, those guys in there, they all knew you were a good player, obviously. But did you get the sense that it was different to actually be teammates with you? Like, did they say anything to see you in person doing what you did? Did you think you maybe made an impression on them?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's easy to talk about it, and it's easy to, you know, it's easy to, like, just talk and you hear things or you see this guy doing it. But I think when you see a guy doing it every play and he's with you now, like I said, like, it's hard to come into a team where they had a training camp and they, you know, they said these are guys and this is the starter and this is the starter, and you kind of form those relationships to come in, and a guy who's not the highest paid player, like, you got to win the room. You got to earn guys' respect, not because of your pockets, because of what you acquire on the field. So I think, you know, that's the most important thing, and you know, because, you know, you could pay a guy a lot of money and not be worth anything. So I think for me, the most important thing is to prove what I'm worth on the field and as a teammate, so that way I can win these guys' respect.
I guess because of that, on the flip side, was it almost important for you to kind of put your arm around, you know, Van Ness and some of these guys that you've been complimentary of, to let them kind of know that you're all in this together?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the most important because, you know, you can rub the people out the wrong way. If you come in and you say, nah, this is the way I want to do things, and you're like, damn, like, you know, like, it's just a respect thing. I understand, like, this was their organization first. This is their team. They put in the work with them in the off season through training camp. So I'm just trying to find a way to fit in myself and just be one of their enjoying their brotherhood. And I'm going to just do that by playing hard, running to the ball, and just, you know, buying into them and pouring into them.
Mike, you obviously felt the pop when you were introduced last, but have you ever experienced it where it felt like literally every time you ran out onto the field, the crowd was going crazy?
Nah, I never had that before. I wonder if that's like a new thing that's going to stay the same, or will it just dry off a little bit? But it's crazy momentum for us. Like, we all feel it on defense. I think the crowd has to understand, you started something, it's something that you have to finish. We play for that now. Like, it's something. So, so Pat, we need you. We need that energy this Thursday and for the rest of the year, because it's contagious. It's contagious. We feel it. You guys feel it. So let's just keep that going.
Hey, Mike, have you ever seen Edrin Cooper when he was at Texas A&M? Like, ever see him on TV? And then what's your impression of what he can be here?
To be honest with you, no, I never seen him there. But listen, it's crazy because fantasy football lineup. I just stayed mostly offense, and then it came down to my defense, and they saw me pick up Coop, and they was like, "Oh, what you know?" I was like, "Yeah, just be," because I'm watching practice and I'm seeing everything that we got dialed in, and what we're putting in, and so I start him, and he goes off, gets me 36 points, and it's like, "Oh, so you knew?" So I was like, "Listen, we can't do that." Like, obviously I'm just, I just had a feeling, but. Just know he's part of my starting lineup, and I expect that type of tenacity, that effort every game.
You don't have yourself on your team?
I wasn't there to be able to last that long, man. Like, they took me in like the 8th round. Like, I was like, okay, like, and then it was crazy because the round I was ready to take the Packers defense myself. We were all gone. I was like, man, so I guess I'm not gonna reach for nobody else. Whatever I get in the late scoops, I'm just picking up extra running backs, extra receivers. Things like that. So
these guys traded like everything to get you. I mean, you couldn't have done that for yourself.
Nah, man. Like, fantasy, like, I had the first pick in the draft, so it was kind of like the snake. Like, I'm waiting 2 rounds. Like, I couldn't give up that type of draft capital, But we got some really good players. We're on a really good lineup right now.